Hope everybody's doing well. I am back here with another cash stuffing video. This is going to be my second cash stuffing for the month of July. So I have a total of $750 here to stuff. So I pulled $680 out of my account. And as well, we had a garage sale this week. We made about $110. I think about 20 of it was in change, so I added that to my lovely little change jar here, which I actually kind of cheated and counted, and it's close to $30 now. And then I also had $20 worth of expenses that I pulled out of my spending and then put back into my spending from what we made. So anyway, so in total we have $750 to stuff today. So yeah, so why don't we start? So what I usually do, just to kind of go over how my budgeting works, is I got paid 2 weeks ago. I use that money to cover in my account. I leave it there. I cover all of my expenses that come out of my account, such as my mortgage, utility payments, insurance payments, anything that's going to come out of my account. And what's left at the end of that 2 week period, I take out and I stuff for the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, so that's how it works for me. So this money is actually money that I earned 2 weeks ago, and I'm rolling it over into for the next 2 weeks. So it works for me, guys. Anyway, so let's start out here. First of all, we're gonna count our money. Didn't spend as much as I thought I was going to this week. It was so stupid hot that it was like we didn't even really want to go anywhere. So I just kind of spent the minimum, and then the one weekend we were home, because I work every other weekend. The weekend we were home, we were doing our garage sales. So we were here quite a bit. So anyway, let's get started. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So let's put that, right there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, for 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80, 300, ooh, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, or 50, 100 for 700, and 50. So there's our cash. Make it look all neat for now. All right, let us start with our savings challenge. So we're going to pull, so this, I was kind of explaining this, I think, last week. Because we don't have $1 bills here in Canada, it is kind of hard to do a 52-week saving challenge because it's hard to pull out like $27. So what I did was I went through and I created 52 envelopes for a total of $1,200. So I think the other one's like 1,347 or something, so I'm going to be very close. My goal is to get my savings done in 6 months. So I will be pulling 2 envelopes for sure every week, but my goal is to try to pull like 3 or 4 depending how much we have. So all right, let's see what we're gonna stuff today. So first one is a 5. Let's see, a 50 and a 10. So I'm going to do those 3 envelopes. I think that that's a good amount for this week. So we'll start with that. The other thing is I realized I have to kind of stick with the denominations of our money for this challenge for the simple reason that it gets hard to fold, like get the envelopes back in there without the money popping open. So that was why I stuck with 5s, 10s, 20s, and 50s for my envelopes, just so that they don't get overly full. So that's $65 that we're saving this week. That is awesome. I love how this challenge is holding me accountable. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do with this money yet. I've got a few ideas. It'd be nice to use this for a splurge. Like I said, some furniture for the basement. Maybe it'll go towards a trip, or maybe I'll just put it into savings or put it towards debt. But I'm gonna finish it and make some decisions from there. So, all right. Now let's get into our envelopes. So, okay, so spending this week, I had a little bit of a rollover. So we had a rollover of $55. Like I said, what I'm gonna do for now is I'm just rolling this over. I have ordered some new envelopes, and I think what I might do is create like a splurge envelope where anything that I have left over from my spending will go there, and then if I do make like kind of a impulse buy, that I have the money to do it, because like you guys, I'm really bad for that. So last week I actually bought a Cricut. I really wanted one. My mom and I do a lot of craft shows, and I make a lot of baby items in the winter months, and I thought that it would be really good to have that for like creating some custom t-shirts and onesies. But like I didn't have the $200, so like it's sitting in my overdraft right now. So, and I'm just paying it off slowly. But if I had a splurge envelope, then I would have money to do that kind of a purchase without having to worry about it. So anyway, so right now we're just gonna roll over and I'll make some decisions later. So what we're gonna do is our envelope here is gonna get its usual 120. So 20, 40, 60, 80, and I did decide I want some smaller bills in here this month, so, or this week. 85, 90, 95, 100, 110, 120. And I want to do this because I feel like I'm always carrying 20s around in my wallet, and this way I'll have some smaller bills to start out with. So we'll see how this goes. I'm just, like new at this and seeing what works for me, right? So in spending this week, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 30, 40, 5, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Yes, that's right. So 55 plus the 100 is $175. I spent a little bit more this week than I have in previous weeks. So, so Marcus has some change in his because we switched over some of our garage sale money for some change so that he could put some of the money he made into savings. He made $50 at the garage sale selling some of his Xbox games, so I was pretty proud of him for that. We just put it right into his savings, and I'm going to be making a deposit into his savings account. So Marcus currently has $10 in change and $15, $20. I'm going to give Marcus 5, 10, 15, 20. And again, this is just Marcus for things like if, for his allowance, and if he wants to go for a Slurpee with his friends, or just for his spending money. Any needs that he has, I pull it out of one of my other envelopes, but this is just for him, kind of for splurge money. So we have 10 in the envelope, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, $40 for Marcus for spending money. And I'm going to be giving him his allowance in coins this week to get rid of those. So, all right. So food this week, again, I had a bit of a rollover. I only went for groceries once, and then I ended up just using a little bit of cash just to buy some fruit and stuff today, because we really didn't need groceries. Marcus is doing a full summer camp, like a full day camp week with cadets, and they're supplying all his food, so we really didn't need a lot of groceries this week. So I'm gonna probably go Saturday and do a big grocery shop. So I did have a rollover of $55, and groceries is going to get its usual $150. And I did like having the smaller bills in there, just because then this way I had some smaller change if I wanted to make a smaller trip. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Canada it's kind of like, it's not really, you don't really, if I'm making an $8 purchase, I wouldn't really hand somebody a $50 bill. I would try to hand them a $10 bill. So it's nice to have the smaller denominations in my envelopes for when I make a smaller purchase. So again, I'm just going to keep letting food roll over. 50, 100, 50, 70, 90, $205 in food. All right, so there is our weekly envelopes stuffed. Okay, so let's move on to our sinking funds. All right, so I didn't make too many purchases this week. I had a couple little ones. So for house, I did pull out $20 for pool filters. I couldn't get them locally, so I had to order them off Amazon, so they were a little bit more than usual. So house, this week we are going to just give $25 to house, because I didn't really spend a lot. So actually, I think the pool filters were from, they were kind of like in the middle of last week in this stuffing, so I don't remember where I counted them, but they're accounted for. So in house we have 500 placeholder for the bank, 600, 20, 40, 65. So $665 in house. This fall we are having some new doors and trim installed, I think, if I've got the money saved up. So we'll see. I'm kind of working with that as a goal in mind, I guess. So, okay, pets. So this week we had to buy cat food, dog food. So I ended up spending $30 out of this envelope. So I am going to give the pets $40. Just kind of their usual. I'm letting this build up a little bit because we do have some vet appointments coming up this winter. So kind of nice to know that I have the money put aside, you know. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 5, 10. 110 in pets. Okay, fun. Again, we didn't do anything fun this week, guys. Sorry, we just didn't. So I still have the $60 in there that I originally put in. So let's give fun 10, 20. We'll go smaller bills because I got a lot of them. We'll do 30 in fun. Now let's do 25. 25 is good. So if we do anything this week, it's just going to be something inexpensive. I think we might take a trip to Moose Jaw. My mom and I are going to split the gas to go out. There's a restaurant out there that a friend of mine owns, and I want to go and check out Veroba's restaurant in Moose Jaw. If you are looking for in Saskatchewan and you're looking for a place to go, please check out Veroba's. They're awesome. So 20, 40, 50, 65, 75, $85 in fun. So yeah, we might use some of this money towards gas to go out to Moose Jaw with my mom this week. We'll see. We shall see where we go. Just don't know. I am on holidays this week from work. We were going to go to Calgary to go to the Calgary Zoo, but with the forest fires and stuff that are burning in Canada, the smoke is so bad right now, guys. Like, there's no point in going. So I have taken my trip that I had planned for next week and I moved it to September. So we will be going on a little bit vacation in September. And then also, if the borders open, we are going to be going to Disneyland late January is my plan. Or Disney World, I haven't really decided yet, but so I'm kind of saving with those two goals in mind. So let's count this and see how much we have, I guess, hey? Oh, yeah, no, I did that. Never mind. Okay, it's travel that I need to count. So back to school is going to get its usual $15. I'm just putting money away for Marcus for his back to school supplies and clothes and all that fun stuff. So I might add more to this next week, we'll see. But right now I'm just doing 15 every paycheck. So we currently have 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, $45 in back to school. So I know that this has now enough to cover his books and stuff like that and his back to school fees. So anything else from now on in is just fun money. This is another one I didn't touch, special occasions. I do want to start making this one a priority because with Christmas and Halloween coming up, Marcus's birthday in the fall, like kind of the bulk of my special occasions are between September and December. So we're gonna put, let's do 20. I got too many 5s and 10s out of the bank this time, you guys. I should have gotten more 20s. I will remember that for next time. But 20, 40, 55, 65, $70. So put this into special occasions. If I can get the envelope open, there we go. All right, close. Okay. Here's my question for you guys this week, and for shout out for next week, if you're watching my video, answer my question and I'll give you a shout out if you answer my question. Do you have a teenage boy? And if so, does your teenage boy go through more shoes than humanly possible? My son is 13 and I think he sits in the closet and eats his shoes. Like, I don't know, I'm a nurse and I can buy myself a pair of shoes and wear them at work for like 4 or 5 months before they wear out, and I just wear out the bottoms of them and then my back starts to hurt. He literally brought me 4 pairs of shoes that I had bought him, and they had no laces, they had holes in the soles, they had holes in the sides of them, and he's like, Mom, can I wear your shoes today? And I'm like, no, you can't wear my shoes because I only have 1 pair. So he actually wore my winter boots today, and then I had to go and buy him a pair of shoes. So I am so glad, you guys, that we had this clothing money set aside. But let me know, like, are your teenagers that hard on shoes, like, or is this just my kid? So anyway, I did take out $20 from here today for shoes for Marcus. That's what it's there for, right? So we are going to add 20, $35. We'll put 35 in so that we're prepared for the next pair of shoes, I guess, right? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what to do anymore. I just keep buying shoes. Like, if he needs them, I'll buy them, but I'm so tired of buying shoes, you guys. And it doesn't matter if I buy the good ones or the bad, like the cheap ones. They last the same amount of time with this kid. Okay, so we have 20, 40, 50, 65, 70, 75, 80, $85 in clothes. This one here is almost fully funded. My goal for this one is 100, so next week we will fully fund clothing. So car, so I have been taking my driving lessons, you guys. I'm doing really good. My instructor was originally saying he thought I was going to need 10 lessons. I am 3 lessons in, I have 2 lessons left, and he's thinking that I might only need like 6 or 7. So I've been putting money away for the idea that I was going to have to pay for 10 more lessons. I don't think I'm going to. But I told you last time, there was a little bit of a wobble in my car. It's progressively getting worse. So I have a friend of mine is now looking for a set of used tires to put on my little Escape, which I'm gonna have to do before I go for my road test. So I'm trying to bulk up this envelope a little bit, but I know that I'm gonna have to probably pull a little bit off my line of credit because this is something that has to get done before I can go for my road test. So it is what it is. You know, I'm doing my best. And again, this is an expense that has kind of come up that I wasn't prepared for, that's just kind of lingering. So because I did have to pay for gas this week because I put $20 of gas in. I've got enough for another couple lessons. So what I'm gonna do is we are going to put 20, 30, 40. We're gonna put $60 in car. And yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do 80. I'm gonna do $80 in car, and then this will go towards whatever. I'm probably gonna end up emptying this envelope this week again towards the new tires that I need. But This envelope is giving me a headache right now, you guys. It's really giving me a headache because I feel like I'm using more than I can stuff, but it's going to be worth it. It's really going to be worth it in the end. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 30, 40, 60, 160. So I think he quoted me with the, like, just putting used tires on it. I'm probably looking at about $400. So this will cover part of it. Probably have to put some on my line of credit, but all right. Health, I haven't touched as well. This is kind of one that's going to be hit and miss for us. It'll be more of a savings. So 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, and we're just going to add 10 to this envelope because that's all we really need. So $70. And I'm just going to keep putting 10 in this envelope. And like I said, pretty much the only time I'm going to use this is if I have a copay on a prescription. I fill my prescriptions every other month, and also for haircuts and stuff, you know, or if we need over-the-counter medications. But that's kind of it. So okay, so there we go. Those are my sinking funds are done. All right, so let us start with my cell. We're gonna put 35 in for my new cell, which I'm still desperately needing, and you know, hopefully can get soon. But I'm gonna save up because the more I can save, the better phone I'm gonna get. I always buy used phones because I don't understand the logic in a new one. So the more money I can put away, the better phone I'll get. So let's see how much we have here. This is adding up quite quickly, which is nice. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, $170. So I think I'll probably start looking for a phone when I get to about 220. I'd really like to get like an iPhone 8. Is that a thing? I don't want to get anything less than a 7 anyway, so. Okay, that is done. Travel, I am going to do $20, $35 in travel because we are going to Moose Jaw next week, so this will probably go for its gas for our trip, depending how much it costs. We're going to take my mom's car, which is a lot smaller than mine, and so I told her I would pay for half the gas for that trip. So we, like I said, we were going to go to Calgary this week. I have the money here for it, but it's just too smoky, you guys. Like, to go to the zoo, the animals are all going to be hiding, so we're going to go in September. So in travel, we have 500 in the bank, 600, 50, 70, 90, 710, 720, 30, 40, 55. So that is enough for us to take a little day trip to Moose Jaw, and then hopefully by the time we go to Calgary, I've got a nice little nest egg here. So, all right, so Rainy Day is going to get $35 as well. So in Rainy Day, it's nice to know that I have this money here. Like, you know, when I had to pay for those driving lessons rather than having to go into my line of credit, I had the money put aside here and I didn't have to go into any more debt when I had that expense come up that I wasn't expecting. So that was really, really nice. Okay, so 500 in the bank for Rainy Day, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 110. So we have 610 for Rainy Day. And last but not least, we are gonna put the last $30 we have here towards debt. So next time you see this envelope, it will be empty. This money is going to go towards my line of credit. Yeah, or another debt. I haven't decided yet where I'm gonna put it. I might put it on my student loan. We'll see, because there's my interest fees have been charged or waived right now, so it would be a good time to stick this on my student loan because it would all go towards paying down that principal. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 55. So I have $155 to add towards a debt payment. So there we go, guys. There are my cash envelopes for the week. I do also have Marcus's savings, so I will really quickly show you. He has done very well here with the garage sale. He did 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, $50 to add to his bank account. He wants to use this money when we go to Calgary for, he wants to buy some hoodies and stuff, so he's put that away. And then a friend of ours was really nice and gifted him with a Urban Planet gift card for $50. So he wants to save this, he wants to put it away for back to school shopping. So he's very motivated right now to save, which is nice. And then also in my savings, I still have $500 and $600. Anyway guys, there we go. There is my cash envelopes for the week. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming along on my journey with me and helping me with all your suggestions, and for the shout outs on your channels. They're awesome. If you give me a shout out, let me know and I will definitely give you one back. There's such an awesome community, guys. I'm just so happy to be a part of it. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye bye.